When you have ancient cultures all over the world who are describing non-human entities in the unseen, which is almost what isn't unseen to the humans in the way that I've just described, many taking a reptilian form. And that has passed through the ages. And then you meet people in places like America, because once you start talking about this, you become someone that people will give information to because they can see a way of getting out into the public arena, because you won't think they're crazy. And they're telling you the same. You know, people who've been in mind control projects, people who've been in government projects, who've interacted with these entities in underground bases. And they're describing what the ancients described.
And the mom would bring them. And they would howl. They would begin to cough. And the cough is usually a sign of deliverance. And it's not like clearing your throat cough. It's not like I have a bad cold, like we got a lot of folks with flu cough. It's a kind of cough that just, it doesn't stop. And it doesn't stop because the prayers are not only stimulating the demon, they're delivering the demon. And so what happens oftentimes in a deliverance, because demons enter through the senses, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and the eyes. Very, very often, part of the deliverance you will see happen, not just with the agitation of the limbs, but it's with this coughing that then produces a kind of foaming at the mouth. It's not like shaving cream foam, but it clearly is, it's foaming at the mouth. And you know, that's just one example where the coughing would begin, the rolling of the eyes would happen, and then they would begin to howl. They would begin to howl like they were two wolves. And this could go on for half an hour, 45 minutes. I was only with Father Carmen for 3+ months. I don't think they were delivered, but I do know that he did deliver things out of them. He did deliver some demonic entities, but he wasn't through. Because there's never one demon. There's always a gang. That's what we call them. At least that's what I was taught. They're a gang. It's like a pride of lions or a herd of cows. We call it a gang of demons. And there's always one that's in charge, and there's always a hierarchy, because there's a hierarchy of demons to begin with, because they parallel the angels.
Was there a shock period?
To believe I will be there to distract them. You ask them to obey you, I will tell them not to obey you. You will tell them to avoid and abstain from evil acts, I will ask them to commit. You will tell them do not lie, I will tell them lie. I will approach them from the front, and from behind them, and from their right, and from their left, and you would not find most of them grateful to you. See,
well, let's look at how it works. First of all, these entities operate in the unseen, overwhelmingly in the unseen. Because we, like I said earlier, live in a frequency band, a band of frequency. Anything beyond that frequency we can't see, we're not aware of. And, you know, people have no trouble accepting that the old analog system of radio and television stations are different frequencies sharing the same space without interfering with each other unless they're really close on the dial. You know, the analog system, BBC One and ITV and CNN, they're sharing the same space, but they're just on different frequencies. And the television picks up different frequencies as you change the channel. Well, in the same way, worlds or realities, it's a better term, are sharing the same space without interfering with each other unless they're very close on the dial. And at that point where they're close on the dial and there is some form of interaction, that's what we call ghosts and paranormal activity. And so these, not just reptilian, but other non-human entities are operating just outside of the human sight.